Hello there! Welcome to this short series where we're going to have short interviews with builders, players, and personalities involved with Connext and pick their brains about the future of the space. Today's interview is with the often imitated but never duplicated Ministro, Connext's delegate and mod. The future outlook. As the Web3 ecosystem evolves, how do you see the landscape changing with the proliferation of numerous blockchains? Will we converge? Or will fragmentation continue?
Well, the proliferation of numerous blockchains will continue, but I don't see mass adoption possible without conversions to a common standard regarding interoperability.
DApp revolution. With the possibility of having multiple chains in the future, how do you think the user experience with dApps will change? Will users be aware that they're interacting with multiple chains?
Following on this, the path to mass adoption depends on how easy it is for a non-touch user to use dApps. As with banking or the internet itself, the user will not know what infra they are using when interacting with dApps.
What is your opinion on cross-chaining, such as connecting different L2s, L1s, and ecosystems in general? Is it necessary, a necessary evil, or a must-have feature?
So that's why cross-chain it is definitely a must-have function, as blockchains do not natively communicate with each other, and I don't believe in the viability of the crypto ecosystem without interoperability.
Do you think there's a need for a standardized protocol or set of guidelines to ensure smooth interactions between chains?
So I believe there should be a consensus within the crypto ecosystem to implement a standard across the board to guarantee the user fungibility of their assets and fluidity in their operations.
User education. How important is it to educate your user base on the intricacies of interoperability and cross-chain interactions? And do you see this as a responsibility of Web3 founders?
Today, the biggest obstacles to the adoption of Web3 dApps are related to the non-fungibility of bridge assets, the need to have gas on every network, to interact with multiple UIs, and to know every domain in which I transact. While I believe that user education is very important for onboarding them to Web3, when it comes to interoperability, we cannot demand so much knowledge from the user. So it is up to the founders of the different dApps to abstract the users from these complexities. For this, they must collaborate with each other apart from competing.
Collaboration versus competition. With so many projects emerging in the Web3 space, how do you strike a balance between collaboration for greater interoperability and competition for market share?
So I think ERC20 as a good example of the balance needed, since it is an open standard which any protocol dedicated to interoperability can adopt, as well as different token issues. So this favors both collaboration and competition, as in the latter case, it forces bridges to improve their security and quality of service in order to be chosen by token issuers.
Predictions for the next decade. How do you foresee the Web3 landscape evolving over the next decade, especially in terms of interoperability and user participation?
I believe this standard is going to change the way we transact on Web3. It is part of the infra needed for the next 10 or 20 years. And my ideal for the Web3 of the future is that people, regardless of their background or age, will be able to access dApps with just one click.
And that, as they say, is that. Join us again next time to learn even more about the future of cross-chain.